Hey guys, and in this video, I am going to recap the NA and EU Dual Cash Cup and also talk about semifinals that are coming up actually in a few hours. I will explain the format and teams who should be able to perform well in Grands and hopefully make it to Grands. So this next week is going to be really big with Grands, FNCS semis, and the new season coming out in a few weeks. So make sure you subscribe to not miss out on anything. So on EU, first place was Vico and Flixie. Second place was Chap and Teeny. It looks like they found their footing right before semis after having a really dominant start to the season. Third place was Trulex and Chicho. Fourth was for Strokey and Robin. Fifth was Ping and Vox. Other teams that also qualified to this finals were Thomas HG and Queasy in 10th. Noah Riley and Aqua in 16. Not a team you would be expecting, but Aqua always is really good even if he quits for months, because he has an arm injury, injury, so he can't really play the game for like months at a time. He can only play for a season and then quit and then comes back like after another few seasons. So he's going to be playing FNCS this season. And I mean, he's always looking good. He played in the Major 1 and I mean, he did qualify to Grands, which is crazy even when he didn't play for months. So I'm sorry I don't have much to say about EU this season. NA is just bringing way more hype and exciting, especially this season. So first place on NA was Peterbot and Pollo, winning again, but this time in old style. They actually got 4 straight wins in a row. They got a 22nd, a second, first, and another first. It could have been 5 wins in a row, but Peter died and Pollo clutched a second place. This is just crazy to see. Peter still got it, and maybe even back-to-back FNCS champions. I mean, they're looking good for it. Second place, Kanata and Cooper. Third, Victor V and Paper. Fourth, Tayson and Nyamzo. Fifth, Yapko and Kwani. Sixth was actually Mongrel and Mr. Savage. They had a crazy last game in the Opens to qualify the finals and went crazy in finals. Even though Savage did have to solo clutch a lot, they have been grinding scrims all throughout the break from the 3 week break, and it's just crazy that it paid off, and now he's looking really good to qualify to globals, and I hope he does to complete the perfect script. 7th place was Agers and Rise. 8th, Ritual and Reet. 9th, Threats and Trashy, a new duo, and they actually got top 10. There was a big split before. A lot of major teams split before. Like Muzz is now playing with Epic Whale. So it's crazy that Trashy and Threats were the best placing new duo. Aviv and Booga in 10th. Dukes and Sphinx in 11th. Clicks and Vino in 12th. Honestly, I thought they would place higher, but they have been struggling on Surge, and hopefully it doesn't like weigh them down in Grands, because I really want to see Clicks get his first FNCS, but I'll really know after this. Like I would have never thought they would be struggling on Surge. Blaha and Mixon in 14th. So that's it for the Dual Cash Cup, and now I will talk about semis and how the format works. So this format is really confusing, but it makes sense once you like hear about it, and once you actually learn it, it makes sense. So on the first day, which is today, there will be our top 50 duos in upper bracket and the rest 200 teams in lower bracket. So there's 250 teams overall, 50 teams, top 50 teams in upper, and 200 in lower. In round 1, which is day 1, you can't be eliminated, so you don't have anything to lose. So you're fine even if you get a bad placement. on upper bracket there will be 5 games, and each of the winners from those 5 games goes to grands. So at the end of day 1 there will be 5 teams already in grands. So whoever places 6th through 25th will go to round 2 upper bracket, so they will stay in upper bracket for day 2, which is really good. While places 26th and to 50th in upper bracket will go down to lower bracket on day 2, which is really stressful because I'll talk about it later. In lower bracket day 1, top 30 teams go to upper bracket on day 2. So in lower bracket, if you're in lower bracket on day 1, like Mongrel, Mr. Savage, and a lot of big other named teams, they're in lower bracket for day 1. But if they get top 30 teams today, they will go to upper bracket on day 2, which is way more safer. And if you don't get top 30, you just stay in lower bracket for day 2. So on day 2, it's the same exact format. In upper bracket, the 5 game winners qualified straight through the grands. So there will be 10 teams after day 2. Same thing, 6th to 25th stay in upper bracket for day 3, while the rest 26th to 50th go to lower bracket day 3, which is not somewhere you want to be at on day 3. In lower bracket day 2, it's the same thing as day 2. If you do good and get top 30, you get to be in upper bracket for day 3, which is an advantage. But if you don't get top 30 on day 2, your FNCS is over. So it is better to be in upper bracket on day 2 and 3, since it's way more safer and you won't be eliminated first try. So that's why it's better for most of the big name teams to be in upper bracket on day 2, because they have to get top 30th out of like 200 teams. So it's going to be hard. So on day 3, it's the final day. There will be 3 games in upper bracket and 3 games in lower bracket. In upper bracket, top 25 qual to grands. So out of the 50 teams, half of them qual to grands, while the other half go down to lower bracket, which is an hour later. So it is better to be in upper bracket, since you essentially have 2 lives. If you do bad in upper bracket, you still get moved down to lower bracket and your FNCS is not over yet. So now in lower bracket, there's also 3 games and only top 15 qual to grands out of the 50 duos. So it's a bit harder, and it's the last way to qual to grands. If you don't get top 15 in lower bracket day 3, your FNCS is over. So I'm sorry if this was a lot, but I will show you a diagram right here. Maybe hopefully to make things a bit less complicated. So in general, it is better to be in upper bracket day 2. It doesn't matter where you are day 1 as long as you do good. So I hope this could help, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.